Welcome. I'm Bev Adams. I own an independent paper crafting business showcasing products from Stampin' Up. I made this card with products from Stampin' Up. I sell these products and also a few items to make crafting more convenient. I have the free detailed directions for this project on my website. You'll also find links for the products that I used. Just click those links for the products that you would like to be taken to my online store at Stampin' Up. You'll see where to find all of that at the end of this video, so don't worry about taking notes. It's time to put stamps, ink, and paper together. These cards are really pretty quick and easy. I have used the gold dipped mix and match cards and envelopes. They come in 3 colors, which are Cherry Cobbler, Night of Navy, and Garden Green. And if you look, there's the Cherry Cobbler and the Night of Navy have the gold on the side, and the green has it on the long side. So when your card is folded, it is a little bit different. So I thought I would put together a red one for this one. And once you fold it, you really can put the color at the top because you've got the color on both sides. You can put it on the bottom, you could put it on the left, you can put it on the right. And the same is true with this one. You can move them all different directions. So where you put the image and your greeting depends on how you like it. Maybe I'll do kind of the opposite of this one. Or maybe I'll do it like that. I don't know. Maybe I'll do it like that one. I'm using Winterly Treetops and More Wishes for my greeting, and the watercolor assortment 2. I'm using Versamark and the metallics. I'm using the gold embossing powder and the embossing kit, the embossing additions kit. I may decide to use a Wink of Stella. I'm also going to use StazOn ink. I'm not sure whether it makes a huge difference whether you start with the greeting or the image. On my directions, I suggested that you start with the greeting and the embossing. And so I'm going to start with the embossing buddy. And I think I'm going to open it up so it doesn't fold like that. And so the Versamark is kind of a sticky clear ink. And so I'll put this way down here. I'm going to overlap it with a little bit of the edge of the red. You probably can't see anything on the video at this point, but I'm going to bring in that tray and the gold embossing powder. So this shakes out as just a powder. At this point, you don't want to brush it because it'll brush right off. But if you do see some little flecks left behind, you can flick it like that, and that gets rid of most of it. You can see that there's some white in there, especially in the T and the S. I think that that will be enough. As it melts, it kind of blends together. But I think it also looks just fine if it doesn't get a solid look to it. You will need a heat tool. This is not the same as a blow dryer. In the olden days, before heat tools, I remember as a child embossing over like 100-watt light bulb, but even those are really hard to come by now. Do not try and do this over the stove. as it heats, it changes from the powder and comes together and turns shiny. I think you can see that happening right now. And we'll see how that T comes out. Looks like it's not going to join all together on the T. The S is looking pretty good, but I think it looks just fine even with that little bit of white showing through. I do want to make sure that that cools before I do any rubbing on there. It is basically, I think, a wax that melts in there. And so it just takes a few minutes for the wax to chill. And so hopefully carefully I'll be able to stamp my image with the StazOn. There's plenty of room to go this way. Such a pretty stamp. The watercolor pencils come in a box like this. I like to keep mine in the stamp case, and I keep a small pencil sharpener and a blender pen in here because those are both very helpful to have with the colored pencils. And in the watercolors, we do have two assortments, but the assortment 2 has the Night of Navy, the Garden Green, and the Cherry Cobbler in it. And you could do these, you could color these berries purple if you'd like. I like doing them in the Cherry Cobbler. You could also color them in Night of Navy. And I'm just doing a really quick circle. I am pressing pretty hard on the berries because I want them to be pretty dark. And then I'm going to color the leaves. Now we have basically 3 kinds of leaves. We have these large leaves and some medium-sized leaves. Actually, we have 4 because I think we have some these kind of loopy leaves and some pointy leaves. And you can actually color them all a little differently if you want. So I'm going to color the big leaves in dark green. This is Garden Green, but I'm coloring as heavily as I can. So I'm pressing hard. And I find it easy to turn around and find the position for my hand that's most comfortable. And I think I'm going to color these large leaves lightly. And so you do get a little difference. And I'm noticing that the color is covering up pretty well the red. So I'm coloring these medium leaves in this lighter. And especially if you're coloring, especially when you are doing a Night of Navy, you probably want to put at least some blue leaves. And you can do a green blue leaf. So I'm going to do these narrow pointy leaves in blue and then color over them in green. I am going kind of lightly. So you get a really pretty blue-green. So that all of your leaves can be different. You could color them all the same if you'd like. It's all just greenery, but I think it'll add to your card if you do a little bit different. And I've gone out of the line a little bit, but that's just fine. And then I have to decide what I'm going to do about these. Let me see if I can do really light on these, see what happens. If you wanted to bring in a yellow, do a yellow green, that would be pretty too. Then if you want to use Wink of Stella, I think especially for the berries, as you color these in, it's not only adding a little bit of glimmer, but it's blending the colors together so it almost looks more like marker. And because I'm using the liquids from the Wink of Stella, that's why I use StazOn ink. So I honestly think it would be okay to use the Memento ink on this. But just to be careful, I'm using the StazOn. And you can do that on the green too, if you'd like. I think I'm going to just do the blending pen on the big leaves. I'm trying to decide if I want to do, maybe I'll do these lighter leaves in this too. The thin leaves that I colored blue-green, I don't think really need it. I think I'm going to leave it like that. And to clean off either the Wink of Stella or the blending pen, just scribble on the side. So these are really quick and easy. You could make quite a few Christmas cards quickly. I love these cards. Here is the web address where you'll find the free detailed directions and links for the products I used. I also offer lots of resources on my website. Click Shop to see the online exclusives, clearance items, my frequent shopper points, and the products I offer to make crafting more convenient. That includes a cardstock sampler for all the current Stampin' Up! Cardstock and samplers for the Stampin' Up! Cardstock going all the way back to 1997. Click Inspiration to scroll my projects. You'll find the directions and images all the way back to 2011. You may also want to check out the Basics button where I share about stamps, ink, and paper, card cutting, bases, and layers, and some of my favorite tools. Click Getting Organized to find lots of free resources like case inserts, labels for just about every product, catalog tabs, color tools, and much more. More organization means more time for crafting. Click Evernote Current Products to learn how you can share my Evernote notebooks. The Current Products Notebook allows you to search every item by name, number, type of product like stamps, designer series paper, tools, themes like birthday, friend, baby, masculine, and even individual words. I also share a notebook with retired products going back to about 2015, and there's lots more that are older than that. Click Stamp Together if you're in Ventura County and come stamp at my house. You can also join my team if you're anywhere in the United States. And please subscribe to my YouTube channel and also to my website so you don't miss a thing. Thank you so very much for watching. Bye.